tale of Ammon and the Oasis, a story from Berberi mythology. In the vast deserts of North Africa, the Berberi people believed in Amun, the great god of the sun and fertility. Amun brought life to the harsh desert, ensuring the survival of the people and their animals by blessing the land with oases and springs. The Berberi knew that without Amun's favor, the desert would claim everything. One year, the water in the sacred oasis began to dry up, and the people feared for their survival. The elders prayed to Amun for guidance, offering dates, milk, and salt as gifts under the scorching sun. That night, a young shepherd named Taghut had a dream. In the dream, Amun appeared as a golden ram, surrounded by shimmering light, and spoke, "The earth and the sky must remain in balance. You have taken much, but given little. Return life to the oasis, and I will restore its waters." The next day, Taghut shared his vision with the people. They planted palm trees around the oasis, dug channels to protect the water, and vowed to care for the land. Soon after, a gentle rain fell, and the oasis flowed with water once more. From that day, the Berberi people honored Amun through rituals and stewardship of the land, knowing that balance and respect were the keys to survival in the desert. The Guardians of the Stars, a story from Tuareg mythology. In the endless expanse of the Saharan desert, the Tuareg people believed in Taghut, the powerful god of the sky, stars, and destiny. Taghut watched over the desert from the heavens, his stars acting as guides for travelers beneath the vast, unbroken sky. Alongside him were the Kelasut, the spirits of the desert who inhabited the dunes and oases, sometimes helping or hindering those who crossed their domain. One night, a young Tuareg nomad named Aghali set out on a journey to find water for his caravan. Under the dark sky, he lost his way as a sandstorm rose, blinding him. Exhausted and alone, Aghali knelt in the sand and called upon Taghut for guidance. As the storm settled, the stars above shone brighter than ever, pointing a path in the sky. A soft voice whispered on the wind, "Follow the stars and the spirits will protect you." Aghali walked through the calm desert, trusting in Taghut's guidance. Soon, he stumbled upon a hidden oasis, its waters glistening under the starlight. He returned to his people with the good news, and they praised both Taghut and the Kelasut for their protection. From that day, the Tuareg people knew that the stars were Taghut's gift, guiding them safely through the vast and unforgiving desert. They continued to honor him, trusting that as long as they respected the spirits in the land, Taghut would watch over them. The Rise of Amun and the Sacred River, a story from Nubian mythology. Long ago, in the ancient lands of Nubia, the people revered Amun, the hidden god of creation, wind, and the sun. Amun was the source of life, guiding the flow of the great Nile River, which brought fertility to the desert. Alongside Amun, the Nubian kings were believed to rule with divine blessing, acting as intermediaries between the people and the god. One year, the Nile's waters failed to rise, and the land turned barren. The crops withered, and hunger gripped the kingdom. The priests, sensing divine displeasure, called upon King Taharqa, a wise and humble ruler, to seek Amun's guidance. Taharqa journeyed to the temple of Amun deep in the sacred hills, carrying offerings of gold, incense, and water drawn from the river's last beams. That night, as Taharqa prayed, Amun appeared to him in a vision, his form merging with the golden rays of the sun. "The river has faltered because the balance has been broken," Amun said. "Restore harmony by honoring both the gods and the river, for it is my gift to you." Taharqa returned and led his people in a great ceremony. They purified the riverbanks, built altars to Amun, and vowed to respect the Nile as the lifeblood of their land. Soon after, dark clouds gathered, and the Nile swelled once more, flowing with abundance. From that day on, the Nubian people honored Amun and the Nile, understanding their sacred connection. The kings of Nubia continued to rule with reverence, guided by the divine will of Amun, the hidden god who watched over their kingdom. The Guardians of the Sun, a story from Nubia's southern mythology. In the ancient lands of southern Nubia, where the Nile flowed endlessly and the desert stretched beyond sight, the people believed in the sun god Dwe, the bringer of light and life. Dwe, radiant and powerful, crossed the sky each day in his golden boat, ensuring the world was warmed and the crops would grow. However, the Nubian people also feared the darkness of Ket, the spirit of chaos, who sought to swallow the sun and bring eternal night. One day, the sun did not rise. The people awoke to a chilling darkness, and the Nile's waters ran slower than before. The village elders gathered under the sacred sycamore tree and called upon Arit, the wise priestess, to commune with the god. That night, Arit dreamed of Dwe, trapped in the underworld, where Kek had cast him into shadow. In her vision, Dwe's voice echoed, "Only the courage of the people and offerings of gratitude can release me." At dawn, the people gathered by the Nile with offerings of water, gold, and the finest grains. Arit led them in prayer, their voices rising to the heavens. As their chants filled the air, the golden light broke through the horizon. Dwe's boat sailed once more across the sky, scattering the darkness. Kek's power faded, and balance was restored. From that day forward, the Nubian people honored Dwe at dawn and dusk, offering gratitude for his light and protection. They remembered that unity, courage, and respect for the gods kept the forces of chaos at bay, ensuring life and light would always return. The spirits of the desert wells, a story from Garamant mythology. In the vast deserts of Libya, the ancient Garamant people lived in harmony with the sands, guided by the spirits of the wells and the wind. These spirits, known as the Anzar, were believed to guard the hidden waters of the desert, granting life to those who showed respect and punishing those who acted with greed. One year, the desert was harsher than ever before. The wells began to dry, and the people grew desperate. The village leader, Ammar, gathered his people and said, "We must seek the favor of the Anzar, for they are the keepers of the water." He instructed the villagers to bring offerings of dates, milk, and prayers to the sacred well hidden deep within the dunes. A young boy named Tariq, curious and brave, volunteered to carry the first offering. As he approached the sacred well, he heard whispers on the wind, voices of the Anzar. "Why do you come?" the spirits asked. Tariq knelt and spoke humbly. "I bring this offering for life, not for greed. We seek your blessing so that our people and the land may flourish." The wind grew still, and water began to bubble from the depths of the well, sparkling into the sun. Tariq returned to his village with the news, and soon the wells across the desert flowed with life once more. From that day on, the Garamant people honored the Anzar with rituals of gratitude, understanding that the spirits of the desert watched over them. They knew that respect for the land and its hidden forces was the key to surviving in harmony with the Great Sahara.